Hello. Welcome. We're going to rewrite the UI for one of my projects so I can actually make it into a WebAssembly program. I've already done a few tests and things like that, so I have some stuff to work from, but I won't remember everything that I need to do, because the normal tool for conversion is actually broken in GoQt. So what I already have is a file here on Wasm test, which lets me. So this here is. So these 52 lines is to make a generic window with just 2 widgets on it. And I will have to actually rewrite most of this. I want to actually create a snippet that lets me make this very easily. But as of right now, we will just have to copy paste most of it. Let's see, we will want to go to create a new folder, UI, new file. And then we have a, hang on. Not UI, QML. So this is the window that we're going to translate over. So what I'd like to do is that I'd like to open this up in the actual designer and take a look at the actual stack, the object stack, because this gives me an idea of how I should build out the application in code, because we have to use pure Go code. There is a program called UIC, which translates a .ui file to Go code or C code or whichever programming language that you use. However, the one specifically for Go is kind of broken right now, so it doesn't actually make functional code for you. And also, you will have to use QWidget for the main window and not Q main window, which is also kind of weird, because I've tried to replace this with Q main window on all the instances, and that breaks the code, and replacing it back to QWidget will fix it again, even though Q main window has most of the same functions or methods as QWidget because it's based on QWidget. So, ooh, okay, nice. I can actually have this here. So what we have is a so you need to have, let's see, have the layout. We need we need a text edit, so we can just keep that there. Let's see, about button, and we will also need a OK button. Hi Jalopy, I'm rewriting, or I'm converting this .ui file from Qt straight into Go code, so that I can actually use it for WebAssembly. And I'm just using a template that I wrote up earlier for testing to see if it even was possible. So I'm just redoing that template now. So that's the vertical one, and we need, let's see, the button layout. Widget.qh box layout. Yeah, I've turned it off right now because it's getting too cold. It's getting too cold to bike, so I'm finishing the last one that was redeemed, and that's it. Then we have to wait until it's not as dreadfully cold. Nah, I don't ski. Layout. So this password edit actually has a few, let's see. So this password edit has a few things that we need to make sure is enabled, and that's the echo mode for password, so it doesn't actually show the password. Oh, I switched over to Lightcord. Not sure. Let's see. Hello, Soleil. User bin. Yeah, they moved the location. Huh. But that shouldn't really break my script. Yeah, my script should just use user bin. It shouldn't really care where Discord is installed. Lightcord is a, how should I put it? It's a made for from scratch Discord client that is open source, and it also has a few useful features where it blurs out personal information and things like that without you having to stream. It should be in user bin. If it's not in user bin, then it won't work with the command Discord. So okay button. No, if you look, user bin Discord is literally just a symlink to from user bin to .share Discord and then capital Discord. So all you need to do is like cd to user bin and then just do a, let's see, user bin and then sudo lnsf dot share Discord, and then I can't type there, and then there. That's all you need to do. But those 2 lines. About button. Let's see, set. should be a way for us to set the echo mode on that. So if I go here, oh no, 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 no. Oops. Alright, it's not a text edit we need, it's a line edit. Whoops. That's my bad, I will fix that. It's Q line edit that we need. And that should have... yes, set echo mode. And... let's see... how would we actually set that on this? Hang on. You try and run Discord from the command line. I wonder, is it as simple as Q line edit dot? No? I'll need fine. Is it as simple as this? In theory, it should, yes. Let's see. There. Out. Let's see. Start. QLabel and I need oh. I will show you exactly why I'm rewriting it. So so now I'm building this whole program over into a WebAssembly program, which means that I can put it on a web server and it will run on any browser that supports WebAssembly. However, here's the problem. WebAssembly does not support reading .ui files at all, so I need to write this UI file that I designed in the Qt designer. I need to rewrite this as actual code. So that's why. No, this is from a older project that I have. Because this is the original project. It's the password tester that I wrote in Python, which I then ported to Go because I just felt like it. No, it's not that I can't read the compiler. The problem is that WebAssembly cannot read .ui files in this framework yet. It literally can't read them. It does not understand them. So what I'm doing is that I'm just porting this program. Oops. Oh, nice. I like how this works. So I'm porting this program here over to WebAssembly so it can run inside a web browser. Just as a proof of concept, really, that I can get the program to run inside the browser. Then I can easily make programs, hopefully, for like, if I have a program that I want to create or a utility, I can make that run on Android or iOS, hopefully, without specifically making a Android or iOS app. So if I test a password here, let's test the one of the commonly used passwords in the world. I think this password is not very secure. And then we can try, let's see. That password is secure. Okay, so I need to rename this so they actually... About button, description... Yes. Like, all the information to replicate my program in any language is literally posted on the GitHub. But most of the programs that are written are usually command line programs. So I was like, it would be nice for people that are, you know, not technically adept to have a graphical program that they can just, you know, download, run, and check. Instead of having to fiddle around with the command line. So what I want to do is that I want yeah, so make the UI text. And the good thing about this is that I can just copy paste the text here.
That is the correct way to define jazz. It must have a beat and it's got to have soul.
How did I put this into multiple lines again? Go. Okay. That should be an easy. Expecting comma or. I really don't think that will help. I mean, what I could try and do is literally just this. Yeah, that won't work. So how did I do the multiple lines again? I think I did it in this one. Oh, literally just a plus. So there plus there plus that should work. Lowercase r. I should set that too, because that one is actually going to be edited. set text. OK button and about button, they are fixed. So now what I want to do is that I want, let's see. Widget, dot speed, dot about button. I think this will be the right order. And then so description label first, followed by the password edit, followed by result label, followed by the button layout. Oh god. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, this would be an easy thing to test and see what actually happens. Because all I would have to do is copy, paste, then just need to load UI. test. So this build will fail. However, it will generate this UIC file. This generates code that is not workable for me, but I can see what the logic is. So let's see, central widget. So you created a central widget. What is the central widget made from? It's a Q widget. Okay. So the central widget are then... What do I do with it? Yes, oh, they created, yeah, okay, so you create a grid layout with that as the parent. Okay. So this framework is still like not heavily documented either, because I don't know what the difference between add-widget 2, and add-widget 3 is. I have no idea what the difference is. Okay, so I just need to create a new widget. Well, that's easy enough. Also, I can easily copy this style sheet here. That's actually going to be very useful. That's the parent. So we have a structure here called main window, right? So this is a object that you create, that you give your own properties for. So then you create a new main window with the function, which is UI dot and then the function. So you want to create a new main window which generates this structure, and this setup UI just fills in this structure by using the structure you pass to it, which is a main window structure. But for some reason, here's the funny thing. If I take this code now, which is, I have checked it, a valid code, for some reason it is not valid when you actually try to run it. It complains that these things that are defined here in the structure are not defined. And it complains about line 15. That it starts with complaining that line 15 to 23 is not defined. But you're defining them on line 15 and 23. I mean, like line 15 to 23, and it complains about them not being defined, and I'm just like, are you drunk? Because I think you must be drunk. But yeah, this is why I really dislike writing the interface code myself, unless it's something stupidly simple. Yeah, this is Golang, but yeah, yeah, but here's the funny thing: these are defined. That's the thing. Anyway, I can just turn that back now. I got what I wanted. No, it's actually throwing an error. Uh, where do I actually have? I'm pretty sure I have a. Let's see, ls dot dot. Ah, yes, I have one here. cd. ls UI. Yes, this is the one. So. Yeah, but here's the thing. The error is in the... There you go. UIC calculator form. The UIC file is a file that is generated by the compiler. Okay? Line 15 to 24. These are undefined. Now, if we open this file, I will just open it in Gianni. Line 15 to 24. These are part of the structure. And the objects are defined. It's using widgets and the object name from the widgets import that is imported. But it's not defined apparently. Because this whole code is technically valid, and do you want to know how I made this code invalid? I opened it in Qt Designer and saved it. That's all I did. I opened the already generated code, the already like example UI file from the GitHub repository. I opened it in the Designer and just saved it. I didn't do any edits. I just saved it. Just to sanity check myself, because the example compiled, but I saw nothing wrong in the code. And the thing is that they say that, hey, we have like ported the tool to like take you. Yeah, and that broke it. Literally just opening the UI file and saving it. No, it's... You need to learn that there's a difference between the language and a framework. There's a problem with the framework bindings, not the actual language. But here are my choices in language bindings for, or for interface bindings for Golang. Okay? Qt, which is the one that I'm currently using. GTK3. That's it. Both of them have just as bad documentation. The only reason I'm going with Qt is because I know the framework in and out. Like, I know the... Like, I know this framework in and out. Because I worked with it before. It was the first C++ framework I worked with. Hence why I'm going straight to the C++ documentation whenever I need to read up about something, because I can look at the C++ documentation and go like, for example, this thing. And I can go, oh, okay, and then I will know how to actually implement this into the Go code or in Python or whatever I might be using, because this documentation is more complete than the documentation that is for the Go bindings or the Python bindings. And the fun thing is that for the Python bindings, this documentation is very easy. I absolutely hate C++, but I like Go. I like Go as a language. But I hate C++. I'm never working with C++ ever again. Let's see, what more do we need to do? Let's set the content margins. I guess I can take the same margins as before. Oh, this is wasn't test. I don't want wasn't test. Sure, I can take the style sheet too and set up, really. This is a structure, it's not a function. Like, let me break this down for you, okay? So, you're defining a structure, or a type. So now I have an object called object, okay? And I want this object to have a property called... actually, I can do this. This is an easier way to explain it. There. Now I have an object called animal. I want the animal to have a name, which should be a string. Okay? And I also want... Well, it sounded like you didn't really know because you were asking about the function. It's it's complaining that the actual objects that you want layout, button layout, etc., to be, that these are not defined, but they are already defined in the actual library. So I just figured I would just write the code myself. Well, for the most part. Let's see. So we want the grid layout. Oh, right. So well, here's the thing. When I wrote the whole this whole file myself, it will work. I have done the tests for this, you know. I can't be bothered to open. SDG. Okay, so this program is literally just a blank UI file with a text edit and a button. Okay? And here's a Go file that I manually wrote for it. Okay? So this is literally just a like this thing. Want me to recreate this in a designer for you? Because I can recreate this in a designer for you and the code will fail and it will generate similar code to what I have, and it will give me the error that, hey, the definitions in the structure, they're not defined. So if I then just designer UI, let's call it for main.ui. No, I don't want to load them. Let's see, new form. Let's create a widget. Okay, so we have the widget here. I have a vertical layout. I will set this layout in a form layout. Actually, no, I will set it into that, and I will put in a push button, and I will put in a text edit. There. I have now recreated that same UI that I manually wrote in code. If I save this as a UI file and use the UI file through the UI file to Go code converter, this will not run. Oh, right, I need to actually rename the file. Yeah, I need to rename the file, hang on. Well, that's a first. This is the first time I had the UIC code actually turn into usable code. The fuck? I want to try something out now. I wonder... what will happen if I change... can I actually... So if I delete, can I just delete everything though? Okay, so I have to actually delete the file. Yes, wasn't test. So if I open this now and create a brand new layout, I want to try something. No, I do not want to load them. I want a new form. This time I want a main window. This is normally what you would choose, or a dialogue with buttons. But I want to choose a main window. Okay. Now, this is where the fun things begin. I want to have the vertical layout. And I would like to have a text edit, and I would like to have a push button at the top. And I want to put that like that and save. And that is named main window. Fine. Now we close that, and now we try and run the test code. We try to actually build it now. Let's see. That fails. No, Jalopy, you see why I've been struggling with this, because all it now says is that, hey, this code here, like, this is not defined, is what it literally just says. These are not defined. Except that they are defined. They are defined. So now, what I'm curious about is, will we get the same result using a queue dialogue? Because I get this slight feeling that we might actually get the same issue with the dialogue. So, dialogue with no buttons. And let's do the normal test again, the vertical layout. With the button and a text edit at the bottom. In a central layout, and save. And that doesn't work either. So what they have failed to actually document in their documentation if you could believe it, is that they don't. No, v dot whatever the or the w dot whatever the w is the structure itself. It's the same as this or self in other languages. Because W is this. That is W. Because W is created here. It is not created here. This part here creates W. But since I found out that it only supports Q widget, this gives me something that I can actually work with. That might actually work quite well. The asterisk is a pointer. It means that you don't want a reference, you want the actual pointer. And the underscore is literally just for me when I write it to know what it's referring to. I don't want the actual main window object, I want the main window type in the structure. Because the one with underscore, you're going to call that only once. Let's see, where is it that you actually call that? But this is just me, what I have written based on what the code for the example codes have generated, or from the example codes. Like they actually use double underscores, which you should not use in Go. All right, here it is. It uses literally just to start the whole structure up. Yeah. Do you want to know something fun about the Go code? It's not interpreted, so it doesn't look at the top, then the next line, then the next line, then the next line, then the next line for when you made functions. It doesn't do that. So I can put this main function here at the bottom if I want to. It won't change anything. Now, if I wrote the function in here and called it above it, that would not work. Because that's a nested function. And the order of those are actually more important. Well, here's another thing. Me dissing on C++, I've actually used C++. You're missing the whole point of what I'm actually doing. You have completely missed the whole point of what I'm doing. The complete point. Jalopy, the program is working. Okay? The program is working. Okay? And let me rephrase this another time. The program is working. Like, I'm running the program here. The program is working. Okay? What I want to do is that I want to have this program running in WebAssembly. Because I do not do any web coding at all. It would be just nice to be able to have some programs that I make be able to run in the browser just for convenience, okay? And in order for that to actually work with this framework, the Qt bindings for Go, the Go Qt bindings are not complete, neither are the GTK3 ones. None of them are complete. It's as good as it gets. Okay? So I need the actual UI to not be in a UI file. I need it to be actually written in code, how it actually writes it up. So I can't just load the UI file and call it a day like I usually do. Because often I'm just too lazy to actually make a UI. No, it's not crap documentation. They have actually not gotten around to implementing 100% of the massive Qt framework. Like, I think they're still like 80% done with it. 80%. Because the Qt framework is gigantic. Let's see. Can I have a list of all the... Oh. This is Qt 5.15. Yeah. So, look at this scroll bar on the side here. These are all the functions in Qt. Like, all these functions are in Qt. And they have made bindings for 80% of them. Like, this is a massive undertaking. And Qt has like some of the most phenomenal documentation out there, hence why I'm actually using their C++ documentation over any other documentation, to be honest. Because their documentation is solid. But the problem is that making bindings for other languages is a huge undertaking when it comes to Qt, but Qt is so feature rich. That's the thing. They have all the widgets binded, however, the problem is that they don't have that specific part of loading a UI file and just connecting it to widgets. They don't have that part in the WebAssembly part yet, in the bindings. But they have it for actual binary applications. And WebAssembly is literally a program that is compiled that runs inside the web browser. So it means that you can get this program up in the web browser and actually interact with it and use it. without downloading anything. And most web browsers support WebAssembly. So you can have this program just running. So I want to actually try and make this now. Let's see. So if I cd cd Jesus. Okay, so I have that one open, and now I to have that one open. So this one I am going to create just a new widget. And how do I want it? I want it vertical with a label. And well, people, some crazy people had the funny idea of let's make a web browser using Qt in WebAssembly to run inside a web browser, because why not? See, and then I want this. Oops. Push button. Then salt, yes. Because in theory, this will work now. Then I want this thing to be in echo mode, password. About button and then can I steal the style sheet from this whole thing? Where is the style sheet? That's just for that thing. Methods. The clear. I would like to have a clear button on this, so that's that one. That would be nice. Does it really not? Yeah, I haven't used any style sheet on that. What was this? Expanding fixed. That's what it was. What I wonder is, can I change this into fixed size? We can do, let's see, what would be a decent size for this? Um, how about 240, and how did I have it on the buttons? The buttons are minimum fixed. $48. Go. That's also 48. I think I know why I put that in a horizontal thing now. It was so that I could easily get some padding around it. I want to try and do it without it. See how that goes. So height 48. 48. Okay, so echo mode, password, that's fine. Max length, that's fine. Input mask, it's not needed. Strong focus, that's fine. Okay, see ya, Jalopy. I'm probably heading to sleep like soonish too. I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Okay. So I want to go to password tester UI. see, that's fine. Yeah, those can go. So now, the way I wanted to go is that I lost my train of thought on this, but UI. That's part of the init function for that, and how does this looks like? Yeah, we just have to try that out then, so I want to have that one called that. And since I can't remember how this was actually initiated, so on UI dot new main window nil. So in theory, this should compile now. This one there. Oh. In theory, it will not compile because I need to actually do. UI. Now, in theory, it should compile, I think. No, it does not compile. Would you look at? Would you look at that? Oh. Hmm. Yep, so that was a waste of time. So how does this look like now? Expected new line on line 42. There, oops. So 6 other areas. What have we done? Alright. Right. Okay, so budget start, what was that? No, this is not Emacs. I don't use Emacs. Oh wait, maybe I don't need this, and I can instead shorten this code a bit. How about just use a central widget? And then set layout dot layout, and I can do central widget on that. Will this work? No, this is literally just VS Code. I'm too lazy to use something else. So I have VS Code with the Vim mode installed. Why is that undefined now? Ugh. Like I'm fighting with the Qt bindings and it just sucks. Because line 16 and 17, okay? Widgets.page and vbox layout are undefined apparently on the two lines that define them. This has been a major headache for me. Let's see. What if I did that and just did that and that for now. Oh, right, and I forgot to actually take out that one too. Because it seems like this decides to fail at a random point when there's too many widgets and it's a very low number. Because here's the funny thing. I have already made a test application that actually uses this. On wasn't test UI. Yeah, this is the old one. So this one already uses VBox layout and it works fine. And this one uses it and it's undefined apparently. And the only difference here is that I have created more of these. Hang on. I don't want to bug Rob about this. I want to try and figure it out myself. Because this isn't mission critical software anyway. Like, the software is already made. I just want to try and make a WebAssembly version of it. So it's like, it's nothing mission critical. I mean, I can remove this because I realized that that spreadsheet doesn't actually do anything. I mean, style sheet doesn't do anything. Layout, yes. Okay, so it's just for me to have a sanity test. I should probably just empty out the yeah, so there we go now. That should be a completely blank window.
It's the money.
This is such a headache. So I can skip that one for now. Actually, oops. If I skip that one and skip that one and these two. Take out that one, take out that one, and take out that one. This shouldn't be much different from the test file I have. 22. Did I miss here? Oh. Might be a good idea to actually clean up the code first. I will have to wrap up soon though. Could it be? So what if I grid even though it's not a grid. Grid. And grid. Like there's a lot of weird things with this framework, and it's kind of driving me nuts because I've been trying to. So what is so different with how this thing is created compared to this one? Like there is really no difference. So it literally just decides, hey, I'm gonna fail here and just nothing more. I'm gonna fail on the place where you define me. Ugh. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I have to wrap up the stream right now anyway. I'll have to continue on this later date. Let's see if we can find someone to raid. You two take care, Feckle. Let's see. CM. Thank you for tuning in and have a nice day. Bye bye.